Stephen Eskinazi, from the sidelines, that was an incredible game of cricket to watch. Obviously, for Middlesex coming out on the wrong end of it. What are your reflections on the evening?
Yeah, an amazing game of cricket. Shades of, I was at 2019 here, chasing a big score to get into a final. We're aware at this ground sort of anything's possible with the bat in particular. Extremely proud of the way the boys went about with the bat. We had some really good conversations about tactically how we were going to go about playing here after some poor results in the last little while, and I thought execution there was as good as I've seen. Ghetto in the infancy of his career playing incredible knock, and Maxi doing what he's done for the last couple of years, and everyone came in and made contributions. And look, I think it's quite easy to come in here and talk about what we could have done better with the ball. You got a 19-year-old kid, all-rounder, and Helmy with Joshy Little going back. Poor timing, it's a different dynamic for us. Obviously having two spinners on this surface potentially wouldn't have been the way we would have gone. But fundamentally, 3 or 4 missed chances, and we really felt we could have won that game. So, yeah, extremely disappointed. But with a lot of cricket to be played here and a lot of positives to be taken from today and the game tomorrow night, I'm certainly not going to be dragging my heels out here. It's time to dust ourselves off.
That's the highest score by a side here at Taunton. For them, then, it's the highest chase that they've ever achieved. But as you say, ultimately, there were some big chances missed.
Yeah. Look, I've missed plenty in my career, so I'm not going to sit here and throw any of my players under the bus. It's an incredibly tough place to come, incredibly tough place to field. The pressure that the fans put on opposition teams is sort of second to none. And I think it's just about going back to the drawing board there and figuring out how in those big moments we can calm ourselves down, maybe take a step, take a breath, have a conversation, and go back to executing again, because I've said this so many times, you can't take any baggage in, let alone to the next ball, or the next innings or the next night.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is that the chances missed, but it's not about the individuals, it's about the fact that but for those chances, Middlesex win that game. So overall, that's a pretty damn good performance at Taunton, which has been a fortress for them.
Yeah, look, and we didn't win, so fundamentally it doesn't really matter. But it's our professional obligation to be able to reflect back on parts of the game that we can do better, so that we're in the same position again in 21 hours' time against Hampshire. We can execute again. I know for supporters, maybe that's not what you want to hear, but there's a massive job that's at hand, and we're a chance or a catch away from beating the best team in the country at their home ground. So yeah, we dust ourselves off and we go again tomorrow night.
Do you feel Middlesex closer than ever in T20? There's been some tough times, there's been some dark times over the years, hasn't there? It's been a difficult format, but each year it's getting a little bit better. This performance here, obviously last week at Essex, we're in a good position a week ago Thursday at Lords. Do you feel it's very close now? I mean, that top 6 this evening in particular, that's up there.
Look, I think if you've been in any of the grounds, Lords last week, Chelmsford and the first innings today, and you knew anything about the game, you would have a fair idea that there's been a shift in quality and a shift in mindset and dynamic of the way the team's going about their business. So I'm extremely comfortable with the trajectory that we're on, but I understand that the points column is also super important. So it's going to be about finding small ways to be able to be better under pressure in those environments, and hopefully when we do, we can get on a roll.
And obviously you're restricted with the 5 bowlers tonight. You mentioned injuries as well. Again, even though it was lost with the ball as such, those 5, you pretty much come away. Luke Holman came back really well, I thought, this evening. They were trying to target him, they tried to target particular overs, but everybody kept coming back.
Yeah, I mean, it's an extremely difficult place to bowl. You look at probably the best bowling attack in the group, getting absolutely smacked around in Somerset there. So you can't hide. And as some young players learning their trade here, it's a fantastic opportunity to see what you're about, and I think there were some good moments. No doubt there were some serious moments of improvement, and I think the onus is on the senior players like myself, Kane, Helmy, the guys that have played a lot of cricket, to be able to drag us through these tough times, because I know how difficult it is as a young player to come to these grounds and get results. But yeah, there's no doubt there's some improvement that's necessary with the ball. We won't shirk from that, and that's something that we're excited to keep diving into and evolving, and hopefully back with a bang tomorrow night.
Appreciate your time. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thanks.